good to be back. Whew. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on the show today. My name is Chris Owners. It's a Jerry question as always. I'd like to thank everyone in the audience as always. So you guys are amazing. You all know what we'll be doing behind the scenes, so we keep quiet for viewers at home, yeah? Say nothing, yeah? All right, hello everybody. If you're tuning in, it's a Jerry question as always. Thank you for following my Facebook, Twitter, and also on Instagram. And thank you all for subscribing to my YouTube channel. We are back. It's Saturday, as always. If you want to be part of the show, make sure you all follow us on our YouTube channel and on our website on the Jerry Question. Anyway, on today's show, we got so much to talk about. Music, a whole lot of stuff. But I won't give that away for now. But before we do so, I got some few things I want to share with you. Surprise, I have no clue about what I'm going to talk about, but we're going to find out. Anyway, what do y'all think is in here? What do y'all think? Anything? Okay, a lot of stuff coming up. Okay, let's find out. Anyway, so that's what we want to talk about today. This is serious things. They might be good, they might be nice, they might be friendly, but I want to run through them and see what they have there. Okay, so first one I'm picking. Honestly, I have no clue about what is here, so don't go at me. By what age should you move out of your parent house? Oh gosh, who's gonna help me on this one now? What age? What age? Let me break the record. When you're 9 years age. 45. Oh, okay, 45. 15. Okay. Anyone in the audience?
I was gone at 18. I ran away from home at 18.
18. Oh, okay, now you're out of that stage.
I'm
Trust
still
me.
home at 25.
There you go. Okay, I'll let you take that one. I'll let you take that one. But never run away. Okay, never run away from home when you're 18. Because the bill right now, don't go there. Anyway, my next one is, what are you holding onto that is holding you back? Interesting. What's that thing that's holding you back, that cannot make you move, or you feel like you want to do something, you want to change something, but something is holding you back?
Yeah, fear.
Fear. Okay. All right. Anything else?
People around you with bad energy.
Very good. Anything else? Come on, people. You think when you wake up in the morning. Come on, get something. What's holding you back in the morning?
What other people would say?
Self-doubt.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, doubt, I would say.
Okay.
Doubt, probably.
So many things, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the truth is this: whatever is holding you back, that's when you need to kick in. Because if you don't, you'll be there, and the rest will be gone. Remember that, right? All right. So I'll take three more, right, and see what we have there. Okay. This one is scary now. If quicksand pulls people down slowly, why is it that it's called quick?
Oh, yeah.
Quickie.
Because someone becomes caught in the sand quickly. It takes hold quickly, and that it kind of, it's hard for them to extricate themselves quickly.
All right.
If you try to get out quick, you sink quicker.
Okay, that's good. Something, come on. Here, the usher, now. I bet you when you get out of here, there'll be something you want to do quick. Yeah, what's that thing? Okay. We'll take one more. At least everybody's doing something. Wow, this one is very. Can I go back and change this one? Because this is complex. Okay, this one's a good one, right? Why are construction workers and builders not appreciated more when they are the ones who put our country together? So basically, you all know the mortgage is up, the rent is up. So what do you all think?
People in suits are the ones making the money.
Good point.
Yeah, I think that's so true, because they actually built the country together. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be living this way. But then there's other people that do very stupid things, and we'll get more appreciation for that, which is weird, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know what? I can go on and on, but you all doing a miss. Come on, show some love, everybody. Woo! Thank you so much. That's what I like about this show. It's all about great stuff. Just to remind us where we are, what we do, how we get along, appreciate things around us. That's what it is. Anyway, coming up on today's show. Let me not take it away. Anyway, before I do so, my next guest on this show, she's an amazing, wonderful lady. She's killing it right now. Before I bring her on the show, maybe I'm going to take the guitar from her today. She'll punch my face if I do so. Anyway, take it away. We'll be right back on the show. So everybody, thank you.
My name is Keeley Moss. I'm the lead singer, songwriter, artistic munchkin of the band Keeley. A constant, ever-changing, shape-shifting, encircling whirlwind of many moves and many moods, just constantly moving. My family were in a constant state of disintegration / mutation. I'm passionate about two things: music and true crime. And the whole purpose of my art and us as a band and all the songs and the artistic labyrinth we're in the process of building is to bring those two worlds together. For the first time, it hasn't been done. And in particular, one true crime case, which is the unsolved murder of Inga Maria Hauser. 6.5 years ago, I read in a book about Inga's story, and I became absolutely fascinated about her and really moved deeply by the circumstances of what had happened to her. And I was mystified by the case, and I was really intrigued about her as a person, and I found it really very deeply touching and tormenting what happened to her and the way it happened and where it happened and how it happened, all that. But I needed to know more. So as I'm singing those songs, I'm reliving what I imagine those moments were like for her as she travelled through England and Scotland in the first week of April 1988. So it's sort of like I'm burrowing a hole through the past and reaching into the past. As it gets ever further away, I'm sort of trying to hold on to that sense of time and of someone special slipping further away from the grasp. First of all, hearing the Pet Shop Boys, that was the first music that I ever connected with. I just found their music very emotional, very literate, it had real depth and intelligence, and it seemed to allude to something deeper and darker than the frothy pop music of the time. And I was a very young child when I heard this, but I was aware that I was on the periphery of an understanding the more I listened to the Pet Shop Boys, the more I listened to those songs. But with my next musical love, which was the Smiths, which was the band that made me want to be in a band, and the band that I fell in love with when I was a teenager, and were my world. Other girls and boys, have crushes and have like teenage loves. My crush was the Smiths and still is the Smiths. All I wanted from the moment I fell in love with the Smiths was music and a life in music, and it's all I've wanted since. Somehow it's kind of like being able to incorporate and integrate Inga and her story into that musical passion. From something that happened very organically and very naturally. It wasn't something that I sat down and sketched out. It very much came from an emotional place, and it's like she and her story reached me and reached my heart in a way that nothing else had and nothing else has. And I think it's allowed me, she has allowed me, or has granted me posthumously, and very much unwittingly, she's given me the ability to be able to write in a very emotional way about someone and through someone and to someone who I never met and I never can meet, but who I have this spiritual or quasi-spiritual experience with every time I sing about her or write about her. So there's a series of kind of like magazines called Murder Casebook, published every week or every fortnight, I think. And each installment would be a different case, and would delve really deeply into each particular case. And I remember buying part 2 as a 10-year-old. I was all about the case of the Yorkshire Ripper, and I just became fascinated about the case and the lives of the women who had been murdered, and the circumstances involved, and where they had found themselves, and who they were, and when it happened, and just all of the mystery. And I've been fortunate to actually, have meetings with. Hello, my name is Keeley. I am a singer, songwriter, guitarist, writer, and radio show host from Ireland. And my debut album, Floating Above Everything Else, is out now.
Please jump to welcome Kelly to the show, everybody. Woo! Thank you. How you doing, girl? You good?
I'm all very good.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me,
Wonderful.
Chris.
Wow, we're just listening. You blew us away from the way you're narrating the story of Igor, talking about this young Jama girl, from Northern Ireland, how she went missing, and your interest about investigation regarding murder and stuff like that. Anyway, let's get to meet you first. At what age did you start singing?
I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
And what really inspires you to go into it?
Well, it was really, when I was a child, I fell in love with the music of the Pet Shop Boys, and it was kind of like my induction into the world of music as a fan. But it took until I was 15 when I discovered the Smiths, which really prompted me and kind of inspired me to be engulfed by a passion for music to such an extent that I would want to do it with my life and actually devote my life to that kind of course. So I've been on that path ever since. Never wavered, never waned.
I always like to ask artists these questions a lot more, which is why I ask you there, when you see other people's story, even though it doesn't belong to you, but just you having that, passion, and, you wanted to know why this thing happened, and then that kind of, link into your kind of music, to help. So how did you find your way in around that, to get interested into it? And then
yeah, it's something that it kind of grew in parallel, because the only two subjects that I've ever really been interested in my life were music and true crime. When I was 10 years old, I kind of became very interested in true crime as a subject. And then it was really through my youth, those two interests were kind of like were kind of a constant, but it didn't occur to me to bring the two of them together until I wrote my first song, which was I wrote it from the perspective of a character called B. Smith, who was a character in a soap opera about a women's prisoner cell block H. So I think that was interesting. Even from the very first song that I wrote, I was already thinking in terms of trying to give a voice to someone else and trying to kind of write someone else's story at the heart of the song, rather than write about myself or for my own experience.
Yeah, that's the most fascinating side about artists like yourself, seeing other people's story, take them, even not just personally, but just to really go into more details about those kind of things, and then, rewrite them and, keep them alive, that kind of way.
Well, that's essentially it. It's like, I just thought I could write songs about myself all day long, but I'm alive, I'm in the world.
True.
I don't need that sort of, that affirmation as such, whereas I think where Inga is concerned, she's someone who was taken out of the world when she was only 18 years old.
Yeah.
She was an artist and a musician herself, and she doesn't have an outlet. And murder victims in general don't have a means of continuing in the world in any form. So I just thought something that I felt very emotionally kind of drawn towards, and her story in particular, and it's remained ever since. And for the last 7 years, every song I've written has been about her, and everything that I've written and all my kind of public work in terms of doing interviews and campaigning publicly has all been in relation to trying to advance her case and her cause any way that I can.
Well, fair play to you. Thank you so much. Come on, show some love. That's what we look for. We want to see people who can stand on behalf of people, even though they're there or they're not there. Someone else can help them, you know. Risha, may so rest in peace, and she continue to appreciate the work you're doing. Congratulations to this wonderful, beautiful lady. I know your new album and everything is out. I've got all of them in there. Come on, show some love for this. Come on. Whoa. This is the place. I don't know which one I want to see first. This one or this one. Okay, she's right here.
That's the front. Yeah.
So this is amazing. So tell us about this. How did this all comes out to be what it is?
Well, basically, after the breakup of my previous band, I embarked upon kind of a feverish batch of songwriting. I write constantly, and I wrote all the songs for which would become Floating Above Everything Else, which is my debut full-length album. And in 2020, I released my first single, called Last Words, and then released a second single because the first one got a lot of airplay, and that led to the second single, and then that led to we're getting a record deal with a label in London called Dimple Discs.
Okay.
And
come on, show some love. It's not easy. Let's stop. Hey, it's not easy though. Yeah, you're rocking. Yeah, keep going. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, no problem at all. So so basically, myself and my producer Alan Maguire, we've been working together on these recordings. We've basically been recording for the last 4 years.
Okay.
And this is the first full-length album. We released a debut mini album last year called Drawn to the Flame. But this is the first album I've released that it's kind of a full-length, you know, long form, long player, and also it's the first album I've made that's come out on vinyl as well. So it's also the only album of its kind in that it's the only album in music history that I'm aware of where all of the songs were written about a murder victim, and partly written from their perspective and partly written from from my perspective and from the perspective of other people involved in the case, family members of theirs, friends of theirs. So it's sort of like a musical panorama into the world of Inga's unsolved case, which is a unique case. It's the only case of its kind.
Wow.
Back in 1988, Inga's murder was the first instance of a sexually motivated murder of a tourist in Northern Ireland ever. Hello, my name is Keeley. I am a singer, songwriter, guitarist, writer and radio show host from Ireland. And my debut album, Floating Above Everything Else, is out now.